Look, I'm not inherently against much cheap stuff. I know it's what Americans are addicted to, myself included at times, especially when it's something as interchangeable as a new spatula or something like that. But the meltdown, now that Trump's tariffs have gone into place on outlets like Temu, Shine, and Wish, is absolutely hilarious. Temu.com does not sell anything any American or anybody absolutely needs. They sell cheap Chinese crap. They sell stuff that breaks in 8 seconds, but people don't care because they can buy three for the price of one in America. Little do they know, there was a time when things were made in America and they actually lasted. Remember, just you don't believe me, just ask your parents how long their washer and dryer lasted them. Ask your parents how long their furnace lasted them versus now. Hey, are you a, furnace HVAC person? You know what I'm talking about. Furnaces used to last 15, 20 years all day long. Now they last 5 to 8. Why? Because Americans want much cheap stuff. And in order to get much cheap stuff, now you sacrifice long-term quality for your products. Now, that product that lasted 15 years might have cost two-thirds or, a little more, 125, 145%, but it lasted. Now you're replacing it every 5 or 8 years. And maybe that's not the best example, but certainly clothes would be a great example or other things like that. Again, I'm not above the much cheap stuff craze. I'm out here asking people to try out our K-Cups on Amazon.com, get free next day shipping, tangerine, butterscotch toffee, blueberry, cherry cordial, or strawberry. Pick a flavor, try it today, or if you don't like flavored coffee, all of our non-flavored are available there as well as our Mother's Day gift box. Pick yours up today on Amazon. However, the meltdown over people who are buying cheap crap they don't need off Temu has been wild. I tweeted, I voted for this. Here's Karen Gauscher writing, mind blown and pissed off. My granddaughter found the perfect dress for her uncle's wedding on Temu. It was marked down to $19. Now, did she look at Goodwill or any secondhand shops? No. Did she look on any place local? Probably not. Did she look at any U.S. Dressmaker? Probably not. She went to Temu because it's cheap Chinese crap, and that's what she wanted. She didn't want the perfect dress. She wanted the cheapest crap. That's the difference here, right? It was marked down to $19. I went ahead and ordered it, and after, why are you buying it for your anyway? After I hit the purchase now button, I got a receipt for $54. I couldn't figure out what happened. So I went to my receipt and look what happened. I was charged $31 import fee. The dress was only $19. What? It's almost as if these cheap Chinese crap companies have been undercutting American producers of products for the past 50 years. And only now you're wondering, gee, why is that dress when it's made in America $54? It's like such a spectacular self-own. No more Temu for me. Yeah, I voted for this. You know these websites, Temu, Shine, and Wish, and all these, they really are just designed to steal your information anyway, in my opinion. They don't care. It's the same Chinese crap you're buying from anywhere else. Oh no, I have to pay $4 instead of $2 for my cheap Chinese junk. I've only ever bought spatulas and sweatshirts on Temu. One fell apart in the washing machine and the other in the dishwasher. Exactly. Temu makes garbage, Shine makes garbage, Wish makes garbage. I tried on a dress my sister bought from Shine and broke out in hives. I don't even have sensitive skin. Those cheap Chinese goods are dangerous. I mean, imagine buying garbage on Temu for $19 when you could have went to Goodwill and bought 3 dresses for that price. Probably 1 or 2, maybe. Goodwill isn't as cheap as people think it is, at least not the Goodwills around me. I mean, this is, the only person who realized, if only this person realized what a favor Trump did for them by keeping them from buying Temu garbage, should be thankful. I mean, that's ultimately what all of this is. No more cheap knockoff stuff. America's winning. Walmart and Amazon probably have just as nice of a dress for less than that. Exactly. You see here, the left is trying to take advantage of this. Like $31 tariff on $22 dress for a total of $54. Get ready to see anger like you've never seen before. Americans are addicted to cheap goods, and this shock therapy isn't going to go over well with them. Well, I think it'll be fine. I think this is great. I think this is an absolute W. Because, again, these websites are probably not even about making money on the dress or making money on the products, but about getting Americans purchasing information and credit card information. I mean, unfortunately, my mega siblings won't admit they made a mistake. What do you mean? I've never bought anything from Temu in my entire life, and it's been fine. This country has been dressing itself just fine for hundreds of years without Temu.com. Here you see Amy Nixon. Temu didn't exist 10 years ago, and everyone was clothed and doing just fine. I mean, this is a wild thing that the left is trying to push. I don't care about people's shopping addictions. They can just make do with their 743 dresses boxed up in their basement, or they can get their pills. They can take their pills and get up the courage to go to Walmart and buy a similar dress for $26. The media is pushing this narrative that, oh, Mega is going to really regret it. I'm not regretting anything. Leave a like on this video if you're not regretting Temu losing business. This fake narrative was curious if all this bad, so I did a test purchase in the first clothing item on Temu's homepage. Yeah, something's going to have to give here and soon. Well, Temu can go out of business. I don't care. I don't care if Temu has to go out of business tomorrow. Doesn't bother me one bit. America doesn't need Temu, Shine, or Wish. We already have the garbage evil corporation that is Amazon. So, destroyed Main Street after Walmart destroyed what was originally of Main Street. If people don't understand that you can pay $60 for a dress that might last a lifetime, or you could pay $15 for a dress that will last one use and probably give you hives. We have been fooled by Democrats and by corporations more so. There's really not that much of a difference. Into this consumerism where cheap stuff, everything, I have to buy new. I have to buy something for everything. I have to buy something new. I can't pay double for something that's going to last a lifetime. I'll pay half as much for something that I'm never going to love that's going to break. Because my cheap stuff. And if I buy the $100 Chinesium desk, then I can buy another $100 of Chinese crap. When you never needed it in the first place. You could have bought something Amish built here in America for maybe $300 that you could actually pass down to your kids. This is one of the biggest hilarious, here, Sarah McGee for Texas. Threw a few items in the Temu cart to verify myself after seeing the screenshot circulating. It's true. In case you didn't know, according to the figures I've been able to find, there are 152 million Americans who use Temu daily. I highly doubt that. This single issue alone could sink him. This is fantastic for a kitchen table conversation, opening up the subject if you're looking for a way to get someone to get engaged politically. The Democrats think that Temu is going to cost Trump. Nobody cares about Temu. Nobody is buying anything. Nobody is buying anything that they need from Temu.com. Nothing. Again, I'm using the word need. You can buy these same black dresses on Amazon or from Walmart for very similar to the price, or Target. This is a pathetic Democrat active, angle of attack here, where they think American is, here's something $2.99 shipping, item $15, $17, no tariff. Oh no, Chinese crap. What are we going to do for the 3 minutes the stuff actually works before it breaks? This is so embarrassing that the left is trying to angle this Temu thing. I don't know a single person in my entire life that shops on Temu. I'm sure some people do. I'm not going to pretend like they don't, but I don't know a single person that's bought anything off Temu. Shine and Temu set to raise prices in response to tariffs. Okay. This feels like an absolute win for Walmart and Target and Main Street and secondhand stores. China-based online retailers Shine and Temu are set to hike prices for U.S. customers on Friday as they weather costs of the imposed President Trump's tariffs. The pair of companies released identical statements earlier this month announcing plans to pass along some of the tax burden to shoppers. Both firms set the date of April 25th, which was Friday, on which the price hike would take effect. Due to recent charges in global trade rules and tariffs, our operating expenses have gone up, the statement said. To keep offering the products you love without compromising on quality, we'll be making the prices quality. Does anybody go to Temu.com expecting quality? No, they expect cheap crap. Cheap crap. And by the way, China can fix this in an instant if they want. If China wants to save their Temu company, then they can negotiate with Donald Trump on the tariffs. It's very simple. The idea that this is a Trump problem is insane. Nobody out there anywhere needs anything from Temu.com or Shine or Wish or any of these companies. And by the way, China will just move this crap to India and sell it to you. They'll start shipping their crap to other countries that don't have tariffs. So don't worry, lefties who want to support China. You'll be able to buy their cheap crap from many other countries. You know, Temu has import charges of $145 after Trump tariffs, more than doubling the price of some items. Yeah, we know what 145% is. Like, so what? Nobody cares. A summer dress sold on Temu for $18.47 will now cost $44 after import charges. Okay. Okay. Let's go to Walmart once. Let's just take a look. Let's look at summer dresses from Walmart. What the heck? Did I misspell it? I did. Let's look at summer dresses. I know we're all looking for those. Summer dresses for women. I see a lot of them for $19. Here's some beautiful summer dresses with tons of different patterns. $19.99. Here's one with 20 patterns, $16, 50% off. They have a whole category of summer dresses under $10 or under $20, $15 summer dress. Here's summer dresses clearance under $10. Now you can buy, they have pages and pages of dresses for $4, $5. Here's a dress for $2.88. This is a fake narrative that anybody who has any sense could figure out. They don't need to be shopping on Temu. This is an absolute win. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out our K-Cups and our Mother's Day boxes over on Amazon.com, and we'll talk to you again real soon.